Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
We're here talking about The Real Housewives of New Jersey, Season 14, Episode 1.
Finally, the long-awaited.
Yes.
Now, do you remember that they waited a little while to film?
Yes.
Because they didn't know what they were going to do.
Yes.
So Lori wound up coming over last night and watching it.
Oh, she did. Okay.
She did. I asked her if she wanted to join us tonight. She said she's not ready yet. She just wants to get a couple episodes under her belt.
Okay.
And then she'll join in. But I was trying to explain to her, because we're watching and, they're all wearing little dresses. So I'm like, the weather had to be nice. I'm like, but I have a feeling that they filmed. I guess they started filming over the summer at some point.
It was August.
Okay.
I believe it was August because even when Teresa was talking about her wedding album, it was their 1-year anniversary.
Okay. And is
And
that,
they got married.
I don't even know. Is that when they got married?
Yeah, they got married in August. And if you
so
think
they did almost go a full year without filming then.
Yeah, they
her
did.
wedding was the last episode of the season.
Yes. Yes. And the girls were getting ready to go off to college, and that's an August thing too.
Oh yeah. Duh. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was definitely August. It starts out with that they're calling it the cold open, so it's a glimpse at the finale. I don't know if I like when they do that or not. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I don't mind it because, because of social media, we're going to see it quicker than they show it in the season anyway. So I guess why not? I mean, it's kind of like the table flip, right? Like they're going to show everything leading up to it.
Yeah.
So I don't mind it. I don't know why these establishments continue to let these women in their restaurants because all they do is trash it. No other franchise, but I wouldn't, if I owned a restaurant in North Jersey, there's no fucking way I'm letting these ladies in. Sorry.
Well, Delores did say in an interview that Rail's Steakhouse is happy to have them because they've been there for many times. The christening was there. The christening was there. And that they...
Who's christening?
Joey.
No.
Melissa's...
That was at the Manor.
All right, so...
That was at the Manor. Oh, you know what? His communion party.
Oh, communion. I was going to say one of the parties was there. Now I'm trying to think. Okay, so the communion party.
Yes.
So she says that they are the entertainment there. They consider them the entertainment. Listen, they're getting free advertising. Of course they don't care.
No, I know, because my friend Michelle, you know her, but she and her husband go up there. They like steak, so they'll take the ride up there, and she's a New Jersey fan. So, but why they're throwing glasses? They're like trashing the place. Like,
I don't know. They get so emotional.
Together, man.
That was the other thing Delores said that you won't see it, but she was talking to Teresa on the phone as she was leaving after the whole finale, and Teresa doesn't even remember what she said. She was like, she doesn't remember what she said.
No,
she doesn't
she blacks out.
Well, I don't know that. Yeah, I definitely think it was kind of a blackout situation. I mean, I don't think it was a drunk situation. I think it was like a rage, a blackout.
Like you just see, you see black and you see red and you just start rambling on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
I did see pictures on Dolores' Instagram and Melissa's. They were all together for the premiere. So Delores, Margaret, Jenn Fessler, Melissa, I think they were all, that's how I thought I saw the Instagram, that they were all at.
Melissa had said that they were all going to Margaret's house. She was having a big party. It was a premiere party, and Melissa was talking about it because they invited Melissa's mom and Melissa's whole family, and Melissa's mom called her to tell her that her and her mom's sister were going to be wearing the same outfit.
Yeah.
And she wanted her to know before she got there so she didn't embarrass her and say something stupid. And if you saw the pictures, her mom and her sister had on the same outfit.
Yeah, I did see that. And they look so much alike, they almost could be twins.
Yes, exactly. Now, Delores was there? You saw Delores?
Yeah.
Okay. So
at least we know she's still on good terms with them.
Yeah. So the Fudas were in London. They weren't around.
They're in Europe. Yeah.
And somebody who wasn't there.
Danielle.
Oh, right. Danielle wasn't there. So I wonder what's going on. Maybe oh, no. According to Melissa, she was doing her own party because she
Right.
lives down in, like Sayreville or something. She's not close to them.
She's really not. She's at least an hour away, I would
Right.
think.
Right. I would think so too. So maybe
Yeah.
that's why, she was doing her own kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
I don't
we'll
know where
see.
Jackie was, I guess, with Jennifer and Teresa.
Yeah, we didn't see anything from them. Well, did you hear? I heard they got pulled from the press tour. There was no,
I sure did.
they weren't doing any press.
That's not a good sign for them.
No. So it starts out with Rachel having her family over to spend time together, and she's talking about Julia has a tongue tie. So she's got a lot going on with that, with speech therapy, and which is, I'm glad she's talking about that kind of stuff, because other people need to hear that. Like, these are little kids.
Did you see? I'm laughing because did you see Gigi say he's a fucking chooch?
Oh, I sure did. I love her. They're so funny.
So funny.
Those kids are so cute.
They really, really are.
And she wants
another. Such a handsome kid.
He is. And they want another. So good for them.
Yeah. Yeah, that was nice to see her with her family, though.
Yeah, and then she's telling them all about how she's helping Jeff Fessler plan the surprise party, and how she had to call up to Teresa to invite her to the party. And she did. I'm actually surprised that Teresa showed up, to be quite honest with you. But I guess she showed up because it's Jenn Fessler. I don't know.
She showed up because she wanted to put out the dildo thing.
Yeah.
And the drug dealer thing. That's why she showed up.
Yeah.
Because now we know, she gave that information to the people who put it out on social media. Now we know that. That's confirmed.
Right.
And she was there to say, well, I just saw it on social media. Yeah, you saw it on social media because you put it out there, asshole.
Exactly.
So that's why she showed up at that party.
I think it's
horrible.
horrible.
How about Louis saying, oh, yeah, I'm going to be there, and then not going? What business do you have in Miami? You trying to get back in with Alexia because now you know your girl's days are numbered on Jersey?
And since she's single now, or soon to be single.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Shady. Ugh. It's all shady. It's so shady.
Yep.
I did like seeing Teresa with Gabriella, helping her pack for college, and the girls there helping her out. I like to see that kind of stuff. I like to see the family stuff. And she admitted that when she was in jail, like, she told the girls to write her every day, and Gabriella's the only one that did it.
Yeah.
Gabriella reminds me of my Andrew. Like, he's the one, like, that follows the rules. Like, if I asked Andrew to do something, even if he didn't want to do it, he would just do it.
Right.
Like, that seems like Gabriella.
So, I've been watching the reruns, the prior seasons all week leading up to this. And today was season 8. And season 8 was Siggy's last season. So it was Dolores, Melissa, Margaret, Siggy, Teresa.
That was at Rails also, that where Siggy was walking in the parking lot with holding her shoes.
With Jacqueline.
Yes, that was at Rails Steakhouse. I think
that must have been season 7.
Okay.
This is what I'm watching now is Siggy's last season. Okay. But I have to tell you, Teresa, that's when Teresa and Joe and Melissa were going to open up the restaurant, and their father was still alive. They got along so well. Teresa and Melissa got along so well. They were calling each other. Like, I really think that from season 6, because that's when the twins from Colt's Neck were on, and Amber, right? And Teresa and Melissa were getting along then, up until season 11, until that fucking jerk off came around. They were getting along. They really, really were. Especially when her father was living with her and helping her with the girls, like, because they went to Italy, and Joe brought his kids over, and they all had dinner together.
Yes.
It's such a shame, because I really think that Louis just got right in there and was like, you don't need them. Look at what they done to you. And, stirred everything up again, and she fell for it. I'm not saying she's a victim, but she fell for it.
Yeah. It's sad. It's very sad. It's sad for her girls. And I feel like they, they're the collateral damage in this whole thing,
Yeah.
It's interesting though, because so it took them 4 months. The reunion was 4 months prior to them starting to film again. So they had the reunion, and then, because at the reunion she said, I'm never going to see you again to Melissa. Teresa said that to Melissa. And then the first party was 4 months later.
So do you remember when she said, I'll never look at her again or something? And Andy, at the reunion, Andy said, good luck with that.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that. You know why I remember it? Because they played it just before this new season started. And I was like, oh,
Yep.
that's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Don't try Andy, man. Don't threaten him.
No. And then Margaret goes over to Jenn Fessler's house. And why is Jenn Fessler playing guitar? Are we going to find out about that?
I don't know, but how funny was her daughter? She was like, you were so bad.
She actually was. She wasn't good.
No, she wasn't. And I don't care. I just thought that this was funny. Wasn't that a Christian song she was singing and she's Jewish?
Oh, I have no idea. What was she singing?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah. Well, must have been a beginner song.
It must have been. I just thought it was ironic, funny, but not important at all.
Yeah. And then Margaret opened up about, how things in her life have changed so much since Jan has passed away and her stepson's getting married. And, it's finally, I guess, hitting her. I guess when Jan passed away, it was so sudden and she wasn't really thinking about her own emotions. She was kind of worried about everybody else.
Yeah.
But coming up, we see that the guys say to Joe, like, you guys were getting along better when Jan was alive. And he says, yeah.
I wonder why. I wonder if we're going to find out why.
Well, because I think Jan was always a big part of her life. Like, she said this. He was her best friend. Like, they were best friends.
Yeah.
And the fact that they remained close and did things together after they were divorced, like,
right.
It kind of confirms that,
Right. Right.
And then she goes on to say that as far as she's concerned, Teresa is dead to her, that she's not going to say hello to her, And then Jen's like, well, I'm going to talk to her. And she's like, no, I don't want you to mention my name. I don't want you.
And I don't blame her. Like, there's no more. There's no more. She called my son's place of business, or Louis did. He can deny it all he wants, but the proof was right there. He did that. He's a scumbag. He should be in jail. And I don't want my friends, like, don't try to mend anything for me because I don't want to be around those people.
Right. And I don't blame her. I don't blame
her
at all.
Me neither.
I don't understand is why didn't anything ever come of that? Like, why didn't we ever hear what really happened with that?
I don't know. You're absolutely right. Because somebody brought it up on social media. I don't know. I don't know how he got away with that.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow he did.
And then Delores and Pauly meet up with Teresa and Louis for dinner. Again, this is just all damage control, where Teresa's saying, they met up. Frank Catania Sr. told me that they met up to, they had a plan to take Louis down. I mean,
so you heard what Delores said, right? Like,
she
said the same thing Melissa said. It's very common for us to get together. There's nothing wrong with that. This is not shocking news. Now, I thought it was odd that Frank Catania would say anything because he's so close with Joe Gorga and really Joe Benigno. But I thought maybe he just said, we were at Margaret's house discussing things. And then Louis and Teresa twisted it to take us down.
I think that's probably more the situation because we see that they're all still very close. I mean, they were there for the shower. They were there for his grand opening. And Delores is very happy for, Brittany and Frank. She wants them to be together.
Right.
Even on Watch What Happens Live, when they asked who's going to be together longer, you and Pauly or Frank and Brittany, she said both. We're both, we're both in it for the long haul, which listen, I love Delores. I really do think she's a class act.
Yeah. So do you think, somebody just put on Facebook, Delores announces she's leaving the show.
I did read something.
I screenshot it and sent it to you, but I haven't seen anything since. And she certainly didn't say anything on Watch What Happens Live.
She didn't say anything on Watch What Happens Live, but I did read an article, and I don't know if it was like heavy, that heavy on Real Housewives.
Yeah.
Or if it was, it was an article. I don't know where I read it, but I did read it that she's just kind of done. I don't know if it's official, but I guess after what happened at that finale, she just didn't like the way she saw herself. She didn't like the way that she behaved and how because she's the one who usually holds it together. Like
Yeah.
you very rarely, not that you don't, because she is a girl from Patterson. So if
Yeah,
she needs to
yeah.
throw down, she
She'll
will.
pop off if she has to. Yeah.
Right. But she normally doesn't do that. So something had to happen. And the other thing is, I think, because everything I'm seeing is they're saying like, this season is different because it's not really about family. It's not about Teresa and Melissa fighting, because that's
Right.
not who's fighting, because they're not even interacting at all.
Right.
They're not even interacting.
Right.
So, I mean, is it all about John Fuda? I mean, how can that be?
And again, what's the common denominator here? Who's going after John Fuda? Fucking Louis.
Right.
So get this creep off the show and get back to like fun. Like, remember when they used to do the Jersey Shore, like they used to do the Jersey Shore trips. They were so fun to watch them. Now it's just so dark and like sinister with this. He's so creepy. They gotta get him off the show. Well, hopefully she gets fired and then he's done.
Well, I was going to say, we'll have to see how much he's actually on the show. You know, like how many events does he actually go to? You know, or if it's just stuff in his house with, you know, Teresa.
Are those scenes so cringy, or is it just me?
No, it's cringy, especially when they're eating dinner with his son. I must have been taking a note, and I listened to his son, and he sounded just like Louis. I was like, oh my God, his son sounds exactly like him.
Yeah, it's just, I can watch any other family and everything seems so natural with them. And it's everything when they show Louis and Teresa at the house with the kids is very unnatural.
Mm-hmm.
It's
agree.
Very staged. It's very like practiced audition. I don't know. Very cringe.
It is very cringe. It is. So then we get to the party, Jenn Fessler's party, and Rachel and John are walking into the place, and you know she's really. They did a great job for that party.
Yeah,
they really did.
Yeah.
Messy Fessy was there,
Yeah.
and she was definitely surprised.
So Lori and I were talking about that because, you know, Lori thinks everything's produced. But
right.
I thought that when Margaret invited her, I thought Margaret said a girl's dinner. And then I saw her walking in with her husband. But maybe they had changed it at some point and made it a couples thing.
Yeah. I thought and I don't remember because I thought she said a couple of girls, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was couples. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it doesn't matter. Hopefully
he had to be there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Hopefully she was really surprised because it was cute.
I mean, she said she was expecting something, but not to that extent. Like all of her friends and all of her family were there. Like she didn't she didn't expect all those people to be there.
Yeah.
And then just Jen, Aiden, and Teresa in the car talking about all the social media and what's going on and how they're gonna, you know,
everything they planted. They're talking about everything they planted.
Yeah. It's just so smug, right?
Because nobody else is doing that, really. You know, this all stems back to Margaret bringing up that video of Louis. That is why this is going on. Because Teresa can't let anything go. So she's just going to try to bury them. But because that actually happened.
Yes, it did happen. I mean, it wasn't like it was fake.
We all saw it.
Right. It was a real video. It was a real video. Do you still follow his ex, Vanessa?
I do. Yep.
You do? Yeah.
I do. And, you know, I got to be honest with you. She doesn't ever mention him. She doesn't. People comment. They'll say things. She doesn't say anything because I watch.
No, I do too. Well, I think she's suing him and Bo Dietl, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. As she should.
As she should.
Right?
Scumbags, both of them.
What else? So Teresa, they walk in and everyone's already there. That was awkward too, their timing. The whole timing situation was a little odd. Joe asks Pauly where his boy was. All right, that was a little off. Like, why did he do that? Like, why are you calling him your boy? Like, I didn't think that was right.
No, me neither.
And you could see when he said that, as soon as he said that, Pauly's like, well, say the name. I'll tell you where he's at, but say the name. Like, don't.
Right, he got defensive.
As he should have, because, you know, he came in a little bit hot, right?
Yep.
You know, and then they were talking about the text, you know, that I saw your text and that you wanted to just have the conversation here. And if you want to have a man-to-man conversation, it's not something you do at a party. John's like, well, he's not here. Well, okay, well, he's not here, but this isn't the place you do it. I mean,
I kind of agreed with John, though. Why am I going to give up my time away from anything important to me? I know what you're doing. I know what you've done. You don't, if I'm somewhere and we can talk, great. But I'm not going out of my way to meet you.
Right. And I don't think he was going to do it in the middle of the party. I think they were going to go outside. You know?
Right.
They're going to go outside.
Yeah.
I wonder why Pauly was kind of sticking up for him, though. That's what I wonder. Because Delores doesn't.
The stuff have you heard the word on the streets that Pauly and Louis knew each other before, and Louis kind of orchestrated the meeting between Dolores and Pauly?
No. Seriously?
This is what people are saying now. I swear, I have it written down. So the story supposedly about Dolores and Pauly meeting was they were supposed to go out on a blind date, but both of them broke their phones, and they just happened to meet each other at the phone store, getting their phones fixed.
Stop it.
This is what people are saying online. So now people are going deeper, saying that Pauly knew Louis before and Louis orchestrated this meeting. I don't know if there's any truth to it, but this is what I saw on Instagram today.
Well, that's interesting.
Or YouTube. People were talking about
That's interesting. I mean, I don't understand it, to be honest with you, because even Delores is not getting involved in it. She even says, I don't want any part of it. I'm not discussing this. If that's what they said, then that's fine. I don't want any part of it.
Right.
And she doesn't need to. And so that's why I was very surprised that he was kind of going over there, kind of having, I don't know, but Delores knew right away. Good for her. Like, you know, you got it.
It was getting heated. It was definitely getting heated.
Yes, it was.
And,
it was.
You know, I think John Fuda's getting a lot of flack on social media right now. Well, plus he put that press release out. You saw that?
That was so dumb. Why did he do that?
You know,
I don't understand
that.
I
was like, all right, what are you doing? But then I thought, you know what? He does have multiple businesses. He is a professional.
Yes,
he does have to protect those businesses and his family. And, you know, this woman, his ex, Jaden's mother, like, she's just going to talk to anybody who will pay her, obviously. So he's really got to protect himself. So after I thought about that, I'm like, I like John Fuda. And I think if you're from Jersey, you get John Fuda. Maybe if you're not from Jersey, you don't really get him, but I get him. And I don't know if it was a good move, but I'm not mad at it. I think he did what he thought he had to do.
Well, I would hope that he has PR directing him as to what to do. I hope he's not making these decisions on his own.
Right.
I don't know. I just feel like don't give it any light. You know what I mean? Like that's just me, you know, like don't engage at all just because.
Yeah. I think the people in most cases you're better off not.
The people that know you know it's all bullshit. He's already admitted, listen, he had a past, you know, he's a different person. This was when he was 18 years old, 19 years old. He was a kid. I mean, who didn't do stupid shit as a kid?
Right. Listen, we know cops who used to sell weed when they were younger. Like, you know what I mean? Just is what it is.
So then
that kind of shit goes on in Jersey.
I don't think Jersey's the only place it goes on. You don't think that goes on everywhere?
Probably.
We only know Jersey.
I only know Jersey.
So Delores takes Pauly out. Pauly said he was going to rip his fucking head off, which I was surprised to hear that from him. But all right.
Yeah, he was heated.
He's a big guy, too.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big guy. Then, you know, Jen, Aiden, and Teresa are leaving, but they have to poke the bear.
Yep.
They have to start, you know.
Yeah, like Teresa's yelling across the room about a double-sided dildo. Like,
right.
The fuck is wrong with you? This is your supposed friend's surprise birthday party.
Right.
You look like trash.
And her family's there. Her family is there.
Yeah. And I'm sure her kids, like, did you see Teresa trying to put candy in her bag and it falling?
That was the other
thing. You can't even put a piece of candy in a bag.
Who was talking? Was that on Watch What Happens Live? They were talking about that?
I only saw half of it because I watched the show. I started the show at 9:30 on my DVR. So I only saw half of Watch What Happens Live. So they could have.
Yeah, I think he was saying, like, did you see the two of them? They were like throwing all this candy in their bags. Both of them, Jen, Aiden, and Teresa, and it was falling on the floor.
Falling on the floor. Like, were they that drunk? I mean, I know that I think they're big weed heads, those
Oh,
two.
oh, really?
Yeah, Jen and
Well, I know
Teresa.
Jen
Yeah.
Aiden is. I didn't know Teresa was.
I don't, she looks high every time she's on camera. She looks high.
Okay. Could be.
For sure.
Could be. I mean, I just know that Jen Aiden drinks way too much. Usually she's just drunk all the time. And that's not a good look. That's not a good look.
Not at all.
And
Not at all.
that's all I have for Jersey. Do you have anything else?
Probably not. Just Antonia's going to college.
Mm-hmm.
Gabriella's
No,
going to
Gabriella's
college.
going. Oh, Gabriella and Antonia.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
So,
speaking of
yeah.
that, did you see? I saw on social media this week, Gia posted this picture with her and someone who kind of looked like Antonia, but she wasn't. And they were playing like cousins or your best friends, and the two of them are together. And everyone is writing in the comments, and some people are like, "Oh, Antonia is so beautiful too. She's so beautiful." And then other people were writing, "Oh, that must be on her father's side because it wasn't Antonia." But
Weird.
it is weird. It's weird.
One of their cousins on the Judice side came into the salon last summer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I don't know, but I thought it was maybe Pete's daughter. But she was in the salon.
Whose daughter?
Pete, his brother Pete, whose license he took. The one that was at the fashion show.
Oh, the driver's license. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was his daughter. She was in the salon. She actually did look like Gia.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, because when she called to make the appointment, it was like a walk. It wasn't a walk-in she called, but she like called that day and wound up coming in that day. And I was like, Judice. And then when she walked in, I was like, oh, she's definitely related. But I didn't, I couldn't ask her.
Did they live in Brick?
No, but they probably had summer houses. Like Melissa said on last summer, when the summer they filmed where Louis like freaked out and wouldn't, go, remember she left Jen's house in a huff. They had a summer house in Lavalette. She rented a house in Lavalette to Teresa. So where the salon is, it's very close.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I have any more. I mean, listen, I'm looking forward to the season because I love Jersey, but I'm just waiting for them to announce that they're firing Teresa, and I'll be happy.
I'm waiting to see.
I don't even care if they keep Jen, quite honestly.
I'm waiting to see what happens with Jackie. What happens that makes Jackie flip? I really want to see that because it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Did you see Margaret's reaction when Melissa said she got a copy of the book and Margaret said, I didn't get a copy of the book? I do think it has something to do with Margaret somehow facilitating this book deal. And I think
Jackie's book deal?
Yes. I think that Margaret had something to do with the facilitating that. And because did you see her reaction when Melissa was like, I got the book? She was like, I didn't get a book. And Melissa was like, well, she's coming on my podcast. And she was like, oh, what do I got to have you on my podcast to get a book? Like, so I have a feeling that's what it has something to do with, but I don't know for sure. Listen, I think Jackie's just trying to be on the show and she's going to do whatever the hell she has to do to do it.
I didn't get that vibe from her, though. I really didn't. I didn't get that vibe from her.
Is Jenn Fessler a housewife or is she still a friend of?
No, she's a housewife.
I thought so.
She's a housewife. And
did she have a tagline?
She must have if she's a housewife. I don't remember what it was, though. I don't remember their taglines, to be honest with you. How come I didn't write those down?
Melissa's was good. Rachel's I thought was the best.
Rachel's
if you're not going to have my back, at least have a backbone.
Yeah. What was Melissa's?
It's hard not to burn bridges when you're always on fire. I don't know if she's talking about herself or Teresa.
No, that Jackie. Was good. And Dolores's was something about Switzerland.
She's a girl from Patterson playing Switzerland, dating an Irishman.
Okay, yeah. That was cute too.
I thought that was cute. Oh, Margaret's was the best. While you're taking cheap shots, I'm taking screenshots.
That's good. That's how do you remember all of them?
I don't know. If you ask me in an hour, I might not be able to remember any of them. And Danielle's was something about being bougie, which,
Yeah. It's so I don't know. I guess we got to see what happens with Danielle too.
So she's not talking to her father.
Danielle's not now?
No. So she's gonna plan a party. I saw like a sneak peek. I don't know if it was on YouTube, TikTok, whatever the hell I was on. She's gonna plan a party at the Jersey Shore. So they must be renting a shore house because Nate had a cyst on his brain years ago and had to have surgery. Like, it was a really scary time for them. This is all going to be aired, but so she goes into more detail. But she's not, then that leads her into talking about how she's not talking to her father, because remember at the reunion when she said she sent her brother a gift for his baby and they sent it back?
Mm-hmm.
She felt like her father should have had her back more, because her father still talked to the brother, but her mom doesn't. And her father should have been like, that wasn't nice. You shouldn't have done that. That was an olive branch, and her father didn't have her back. And she just, felt a certain way about it. Nate still sees him and brings the kids over there to visit him. So he does see Nate and the kids, but she's not talking to him.
Okay, well, that's weird.
I know.
That's very weird.
I know. Felt bad about that.
Yeah.
But I agree with her. Like, at some point, the parents I know you want to stay out of it, but sending a gift back is extremely rude. All you had to do was accept the gift and write a very short and simple thank you note and send it off. That's all.
Yeah.
You don't have to invite her over for dinner.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I just feel like you're only talking to your mom and your dad, and now you're going to stop talking to your dad? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
I mean, and
sad.
good for Nate. Good for Nate for, bringing the kids over, because the kids shouldn't, again, they're the victims, these kids.
Yeah. Did you see when Teresa tried to start shit talking Rachel or John? And she was trying to talk to Nate, and he was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!" And he slithered by her to get away from her. I thought, good for him. I like him a lot.
Yeah, that's what the guys need to stay out of it. They need to stay out of it. They need to just do their own thing. They can, play their pranks on each other, give each other a hard time, rib each other, but they need to stay out of the women drama, because it never works out. It's never any good.
It doesn't. No.
And I wonder how much we'll see of Bill Aiden this season too, because he's another one that we don't,
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing a party. What time is the party? He's doing surgery. Come on.
I know.
What are they doing it, on a Tuesday afternoon?
Right.
I mean, when are they having the birthday party? He's a
think
plastic
she said
surgeon.
It was Tuesday night. It was a Tuesday night.
Okay, he's a plastic.
Margaret said Tuesday night.
Okay, he's a plastic surgeon. You schedule that when you're going to do it. You're not doing that on a Tuesday night. You're not doing plastic surgery on a Tuesday night.
I don't think so.
Right?
I don't think so.
He's like,
stupid.
He's like, I don't want to go to that. Count me out.
Exactly. But you can't believe anything out of their fucking mouths, those two now.
Yeah.
I mean, I never did to begin with, but now other people are finally seeing it. They're awful.
All right. Well, until next time, unless you have anything else.
I don't think so. Was there anything else on?
Nope. Next, we'll talk about Vanderpump and the Valley. It did come out.
We watched Summer House and Jersey Shore after we talked last week, but I don't even think there's much to talk about there. I mean, Jersey Shore is just, it is what it is. Angelina's a nut job.
I did take notes. I don't remember what they were though. But Angelina, I think I sent that to you. She now has this podcast where she's talking about kind of things, and she's in therapy, which is good. But I don't really know how the season's going to play out, because she really is unhinged.
She's unhinged. She's hiding in the room. She won't come out when Mike's trying to talk to her. And then she finally comes out. She goes out with Angelina, and then she's in a confessional saying that Sammy can dish it but not take it. You're talking about yourself. Sammy came right out to talk to you.
Right.
Like, I'm glad she's in therapy.
Yeah, but even the whole thing with when Mike came in the room with Vinny 2.0, and he's like, well, you should hear all the stuff that she filmed about you behind your back. Angelina's face kind of said it all, but that just kind of washed away. Like, they didn't ever discuss that.
No,
I mean,
that guy doesn't give a shit. She could say whatever she wants because he's living with her. She's paying his bills. He doesn't care.
These men, they're all a bunch of users.
Yep, exactly. And Summer House, I don't think was anything major.
No, it
But
was just the where where Lindsay Carl told Lindsay what his parents said finally
yeah.
after the shower. I mean, she showed up at the shower. She did look beautiful. She's like,
Oh,
and I'm just like, "Oh, that's a little over the top."
yeah. And why did she tell Carl's mom at the shower that he told her she has concerns? Like, why would you put that woman on the spot on camera like that? I
That
thought
whole
that
interaction, it was odd before she even told her. It was
yeah,
odd before she talked to her about that.
yeah, yeah. It was. I didn't like that at all. I did read today where there's speculation that West is possibly dating Jordan from Summer House Martha's Vineyard,
Oh.
but he and Ciara are not together, which I'm so disappointed
We
because
know this for facts or we don't?
that's
That's the
again
word on
something
the
I saw
street.
today. Yeah.
Right. Well, we'll have to wait and see. You know, the Brav Bros rave about Martha's Vineyard, Summer House
I
Martha's Vineyard.
know.
And I tried to watch it once with the first season and maybe twice, and I didn't like it. Maybe, I don't know.
I know. Maybe we should give it another shot. I mean, they got a second season.
They did. Well, we'll see if they get a third season, and then maybe we'll try it.
Sounds good. Yeah. Let's not jump the gun.
No, let's not.
And then we're still waiting to see if the Valley's having a reunion because as of right now they weren't. But
Oh, I thought that was official. Wasn't that official? I mean, Kristen's.
well, yeah, it's official. But somebody was talking and said maybe it was the Brav Bros because I happened to listen to them today that some other show, Summer House Martha's Vineyard, after the first season they weren't supposed to get a reunion and they decided to give them one. So that's what they were saying. Like they could change their minds. I mean, if enough people complain about it, they should have a reunion. Why not? I don't know how many more episodes are left, but it was a very short season.
Yeah, it was only 10 episodes. I don't know how many are left either. It's coming to an end. And so is Vanderpump. So, well, I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah. No other housewives on the horizon. Oh, Dubai.
I know you don't like Dubai. I have to look and see what date it's on. I'm going to watch it. I like it. I like the fashion. Although it's, what's going on right now is the Met Gala. I love that fashion too.
Yeah.
Check that out.
Yeah.
I don't even need to see anything. I'll just look it up tomorrow morning and I'll look at all the highlights and who wore what,
Right. I wonder if it's going to be the same like Kim Kardashian. Like I wonder if they're going to be with everything going on.
Well, Kim is there. I think Kim is there. Brianna's there. Yeah, I think so. I think I saw some blurbs about that, but we'll have to wait and see.
Teflon, nothing sticks to them, huh?
Isn't that a fact, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just have to stay tuned.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Sounds good. I'm going to watch the Knicks.
Okay. Thank you for watching and listening to We Wine Whenever. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.